Welcome back to the dumbest modeling channel on all of YouTube. We have got some more stuff for the Enterprise. This Enterprise consumes more LEDs and money than I consume beer. Oh my god. Alright. So, if you all tuned out at the somewhere, if you vapor locked somewhere in the last episode, it was 48 minutes long, I'll give you that. We dry fitted our second kits. Secondary hull and pylons together, and we've got them fitting quite nicely. The only real sanding work we had to do, go back to the last, 20-something minutes of the last episode, mostly inside of the pylon areas here, the little teeth that hold the pylons in, the pylons themselves at the bottom. Honestly, I could get this to fit a little better, but we've got a little bit of a gap left there, and a tiny bit of a gap right there. You can kind of pinch shut. So when we go to glue it, if we get a good pinch on it, that one is nice and tight. This one, nice and tight. This one, I think we might be able to get this one a little tighter. But either way, I did enough. What does Phil from Sprueverse say? I did enough bloviating on that last part. We ordered a crap ton of LEDs here from HDA Model Works. Really fantastic customer service out of HDA Model Works. They ship lightning fast. Everything got here quickly. Everything is clearly labeled of what it is. Very nice. We're going the route of World of Wayne with the type of LEDs we're using. We're using a whole lot of SMDs. I'm going to use as many SMDs as possible, so we don't use all these old school stupid LEDs. They're not super bright, and I don't know. I can't say the SMDs. I mean, they gave you some SMDs from Tenant Controls, and that board is just, it's black magic. It's awesome. I probably, hindsight being 2020, since this is 2022. Oh, sorry about that background noise. The landscapers outside doing some leaf blowing, but as World of Wayne was testing his LED bulbs, like, yeah, there we go. Oh, come on, we got our little yellow. I was going to use this for the navigational. It's too small. So Tenant Controls doesn't sell 50/50 LEDs, which are 5mm by 5mm. They're big boys. 5mm by 5mm. How do I? Here we go. Where's my stupid ruler? Why can I never find that metal ruler when I need it? It's just like this constant struggle of losing my ruler at all times. Hold on. 1 second. 1 moment, please. Yeah. I mean, a 1/2 centimeter wide LED compared to this little guy, which is like a little over 2mm wide. Not quite 3, almost 3. But we're going to get a 5 by 5, and let me show you what the plan is for those big yellow suckers. Here's our saucer. So for the navigational, for the maneuvering thrusters, the RCS thrusters. God dang it, Ian, you know better than that. You have the 3 holes here. We're going to have 3 more at the bottom. I just want one LED to light them all up. Now, if you put a standard LED in here, 5mm, and you just, frosted a little or whatever, it should glow fairly well. But what we're going to do is put a 50/50 in and probably put it, right against this post here, facing outwards. And that should properly light up all 6 of the little RCS thruster holes. The rest of these little navigational things, the red, the green, the whites, the blinkies, all that stuff. We're gonna do like World of Wayne did. We're gonna put some of this resin tape, just some fancy sticky tape, whatever, on the outside, and we're gonna drip a little drab of resin in the hole. We're gonna stick the LED in there with some tweezers, and we're gonna hit it with the UV light to cure that in place and quasi make a lens. Why are you texting me when I'm recording? I'm not available, darling. So I got to start doing some finish sanding on this. We did not have to putty anything on saucer number 2. Okay, there's always a lot of gaps. We really didn't have to putty anything. Thank you, Zach. Blowing right outside the window. Oh my god, texts and leaf blowers at the same time. I'm about to lose my mind. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. The landscaper has moved to a different part of the house, and my wife, I think, got the hint with the last text I sent her to leave me the hell alone. I will pay the price for that later, I am sure. Modelers, be nice to your significant others if they're patient and understanding and let you come down to your workbench and spend hours here doing your nerdiness, okay? Son of a... That's not even my wife. That is my wife's friend's husband asking me, nope, that was not. That was FedEx. A package was delivered. Okay, well, that's all my paint from USA Gundam store that had 15% off. I swear to God, it's like I'm friggin' cursed with the text message noise going off. Either way, okay, like I said, we're gonna throw little LEDs with some clear resin in there, little SMDs, okay, like World of Wayne did, and 50/50s for the RCS thrusters. We'll test them. See, I'll put one in, I'll close the clamshell up, I'll light her up, see how it looks, and if it's good, it's good. Oh, we got some extra LED strip tape here. They do provide you with a decent amount in the Tenant Controls kit, but you can never have too much of this stuff. This is double density, 12 volt. All of these came from HDA Model Works. You're paying a premium, okay, because it's like little 5-packs for, $2.50, $3, whatever. But they're all pre-resistored for 9 to 12, 15, or 18 volts or whatever. So we got that. Oh, this is not for this model. This is my green strawberry masking set for the Millennium Falcon to mask off all those little windows. The contrast is none. You could almost make it out there. Whatever. Over there. Okay. Resin tape. Oh, yeah. And then for the shuttle bay, there we go. Landing lights. Okay. There's light passes through those little holes. We got non-resistored ones, and those are easy. I knew I opened this thing at one point. These are from Edgelec, and these are unresistored little 0805 white LEDs. But because the LEDs for the landing bay, shuttle bay landing assist, whatever the lights are, those are given a 3-volt power feed from the Tenant Controls board. The Tenant Controls board puts out 12 volts everywhere else, or input voltage in, it puts that out everywhere else, whether you're running a 9 or 12, for the most part. So you need resistors on every other LED, but these we don't. So we got some standard ones, and this was like, I don't know, like less than $10 for 20 of these, I guess. And these are like, $2.50 for 5. So like over double the cost. Maybe this was even cheaper. I don't know. This might have been like $6. So that's where we're at there. I think that's it. Oh, also, when you're building an Enterprise, and any model with LED lights, there's another important piece of equipment to have around. And I've been procrastinating on buying one of these for years, but we've got ourselves a DC power supply. We've got a Kungber, whatever. It had decent enough reviews. We got our little banana clips here. We got our power cable. Okay, just like any PC power cable. And then, there we go. Let's just back the camera out a little bit, can we? Oh, are we fully zoomed out? Yeah, no, we're out. Okay, I don't know why it looks funny. There we go. There we are. And here we go. I mean, I was going to unveil this on a separate video. I got this with my family members are very kind to me on my birthday still, even though I'm 44 years old at this point. After sales service, support at kungber.com. After sales service, good luck with that. Remove. Ooh. Son of a... The stupid remove sticker just removed without actually peeling the protective film. Wait, is there protective film on here? There has to be. Oh, there we go. Here's our ASMR content. Oh, isn't that sweet? So this way, oh, it's got a little USB, little 5 volt 2 amp output there. You can charge your cell phone. Look at that. And we just get this girl wired up here. We made some room. Moved our little Ghostbusters thing out of the way. I'm sorry, Ghostbusters fans. We've still got this. We've still got our belt gizmo right there for you. Oh, yeah, we got power. So, 26 volts. Oof. Okay, we'll get our voltage down. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is very, very touchy. I don't know what this means. Amperage. Voltage fine. This is just weird. Let's see. 12.10. Okay. 12.03. 11. Okay, 12 volts. There we are. We got a ground in the middle. Positive, negative, and ground. Let's see what happens. Okay, this should make things easier to test. Don't short your leads, okay? Try to be somewhat careful. Somewhat. Carefuling. Safety squints engaged. Should probably test this on a less expensive LED, to be honest. Hey, look at that. It's quite nice. It's well lit. That's cool. Okay. Like if we turn off both of our overheads here, now you can still not so great. Whatever. Yeah, that's cool. So now we've got a little power supply here. We're playing with the big boys. All right. Power off. Power off. There we go. It finally powered off. Took a little while. Okay. And there we go. Okay. So now that we have ourselves, boys got themselves a DC power supply. Just put that bad boy over there. Oh, get one of those 90-degree bent things. Okay. Now we've got ourselves a nice little power supply to play with. Oh, beautiful. Okay. I forget. This is yellow. Here. So it goes in here. Keep ourselves somewhat organized in my world of chaos. And that's that. So what are we doing today? What are we doing now? I'm not sure. I've got to start sanding and priming the outside of the saucers section. The saucer sections, so that we can then go ahead. Ooh, UV tape. Ooh, it's shocking. So that we can start installing LEDs in it, because I want to get as much painting done as possible before putting in LED lights. So with that being said, I'm going to go upstairs and get my package from USA Gundam Store. It's basically got a whole bunch of white Mr. Surfacer 1200 or 1500, one of the others. A nice, very fine white primer, because that's basically what we're going to paint the whole model in. And then we're probably going to hit it with a gentle coat of some kind of pearl white, either Tamiya or Mr. Hobby, one or the other, before we start doing all the Aztecs. But we got to prime it in gray first, so I got a whole bunch more gray primer that I ordered, and a whole bunch of white primer. And that should suffice to cover what's happening today. Trying to do the right thing here. It's not. This kit is. It becomes less intimidating the further you get into it, especially if you get a good kit that fits together. So buy a couple, that's for sure. And yeah, so we'll be. You son of a bitch, Eric. We'll be right back. BRB. Oh, we got our box from USA Gundam Store, and we got all our primers in. I forgot. I didn't order gray. I ordered black primer and white primer because I actually have quite a bit of gray primer. I have a lot of Tamiya fine surface primer, so that should be more than sufficient for my needs. But with Mr. Hobby, they have 1000 surfacer, they have 1200 surfacer, and then you have finishing surfacer 1500 white is what we have here. So it refers to the smoothness. The higher the number, the smoother it is. So this is the smoothest stuff that Mr. Hobby makes. And we got uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, 7. Yes. There we go. And we got a I didn't get a sticker from USA Gundam Store on my last order, and I was a little butthurt about it. And I actually think I bought a Gundam from them that time. And we got some finishing surfacer black. If I have to do exterior light blocking, I'm going to use this stuff because it's very, very low build, very thin, very smooth. So we're not going to use this to carpet bomb the interiors. For that, we're still using our hot garbage Walmart special, Rust-Oleum, I guess Home Depot. Just the regular black Rust-Oleum on the insides, but on the outside, if it needs any black primer, we're using the good stuff because we don't want to fill in all the mold lines and panel lines. We don't want to mess that up with some heavy-handed giant rattle cans. So there we go. There's that. Okay. That being said, I have to get back to priming, so I'll Eric, BRB. Oh, a little fumey down here, even with my carbon filter, but we managed to get our upper half of our saucer primed, Optimus primed. No, the joints between these little guys, they're not terrible. They're not great. They're going to need a little bit of massaging. We've got the only slight overhang right there, which I shall have to. You can see that little lip right there. I'll have to address that. But overall, we got a nice finish, very smooth. We sanded this down with some sponge-backed 1000 grit, then wiped it down heavily with isopropyl alcohol. Our officer's lounge is looking nice. Very good. Excellent. And we got the bottom half of the saucer. Still a little moist in places, but that's looking good. I drilled a nice big hole in the middle there for wires to go through for the LEDs. Look at that. That's looking mighty good. After this, we will address any blemishes, reprime, and then we will spray with our very bougie Mr. Hobby, Mr. Finishing Surfacer 1500. That'll give a nice ultra smooth finish. The Tamiya Fine Surface Primer gives a super smooth finish already. I don't think I need to wet sand this. I mean, a lot of guys are like, oh, you should sand it afterwards. It's pretty damn smooth. I might go over it with some 3000 grit 3M wet dry. Maybe. It's pretty damn smooth. But, yeah, maybe I'll hit it with some 3000 grit 3M wet dry. That's almost like a polishing level of sandpaper. We worked on our LEDs, these little fellas here, and we've masked off our shuttle bay. We're gonna start UV gluing with our Mr. Resin and our UV flashlight. These little bulbs down. We've tested all the bulbs. Always test your bulbs. Always test. These SMDs are generally reliable, but just in case you get a bad one, test them. And then after you test them and you glue them down, test them again. And then after you solder anything onto them, test them again before you assemble anything for the final time. Test, test, test. All right, we will be back with more progress. I'm going on the Friday night live stream with the guys, so if you want to see the minutia and listen to me talk a whole lot more and see my ugly face possibly, you can hop on the live stream on Hobby Time Modelers, or you can watch it from my channel. All right, be back. Hi-ho, everybody. As you can see, all these lights are in. We've UV resined them down to the bottom here, pointing up. Now, yeah, they're not sequencing yet. We've just got them hooked up to a constant 3-volt supply here from this fella. That's looking it's looking pretty spiffy. Hold on, let's look at that. There you go. So they're going to be blinking in sequence from front to back, or back to front, or whatever you want to call it. So nice. And we've got our saucer. Oh, look at that. That is nice. It's not fully squeezed together yet. I actually have to sand some paint off of the pegs inside, but yeah, she's pretty close. There's a little, see, there's a tiny little bit of a lip on the bottom there, so we're gonna have to deal with that. The lip is non-existent. Well, actually, the lip is a little out on this. These things are not perfectly. This is the better of the two kits, and it's not perfect, but it's close-ish. Like this is good here, and then there's a lip there. It varies from side to side, front to back, but it's our Tamiya fine surface primer, 1000 grit foam back sanding pad, and then Tamiya fine surface primer. Our officer's lounge window photo etch is pretty smooth. That's not bad. Okay, you know, it's up to par, I would say. Excuse me, not COVID, obviously. I mean, it's like we cough nowadays and we go, oh, it's not COVID. Oh, it's amazing what we're living in now. I love this little power supply. This thing is great until it is not great. What else we got going on? Oh, photon torpedo detail from Spaceways Parts on Shapeways. Needs a little bit of sanding. You just sand each edge, just a little bit at a time. We've light blocked the insides of our neck. My God, look how smooth. It's almost glossy. I actually got lazy and I used this instead of this. And I off camera, I'm just going to hold this up. Yeah, it's light blocked fairly well. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our Spaceways part. Okay, we got a 3-volt battery here, and we got our LED bulbs. So we are going to use a 3. You know what? I'm not even going to bother with a Ziploc bag. I got plenty of 3mm sacrificial LEDs floating around. 3mm. Here we go. These are the cheap chitty LEDs. Here we go. There we go. Okay, let's just grab a rando 3mm red LED. Okay. There we go. That's fine. Let's turn off the lights. And there we go. Okay. Oh, well, those are bright. I mean, the camera blows them out, but not a whole lot. They're pretty friggin' bright. Okay, and we're gonna son of a bitch. Hold on. Ugh. Hold on, YouTube fam. Look at that. That is awesome. That's great. Yeah, this paint all over my fingers and hands. At least it makes my thumb look slightly less gruesome. So, you know, this will get painted in like a navy blue, gunmetal gray, dark iron, whatever color. Obviously, a little bit of a seam here. When we glue this together in the final, we will sand the seams and do any necessary filler. But the Photon, that's a 3mm LED. That thing looks sweet. We got tape on the pegs, as we're supposed to. And, yeah, you could fit a little 2025, 2032 button cell in there. No problemo. Just for testing purposes only. That's nice. Oh, man. Okay, so we've got that done. We've got that done. We saw the saucer. That's looking good. It's coming along. The more you get done on this kit, the better you feel. It's that sense of accomplishment we all strive for when building model kits. So, you know, when you shut this off, it has a lot of, like, you know, capacitors or something in there. So watch this. On and click. There we go. Takes a few seconds. The higher the drain, the load that you have on here, the quicker everything shuts off. I had, what did I have plugged into it before? I had something running at 12 volts before, and it shut off a hell of a lot quicker. But yeah, we're going to disconnect these. So I've had these, here's another thing, is you want to burn these in. So I just literally just wired all the positives and negatives together just to burn in the LEDs. And I've had these all running non-stop for about 2 hours on the Friday night live stream. Oh, keep hiccuping. I had these running for over 2 hours on the Friday night live stream, just to make sure none of them were defective. If they were, they've been resined in place. But I have a second shuttle bay if I need it, so not really a concern. Honestly, what you really should do before you do something as cavalier as I have in gluing these all in place is to connect all of these to power. Okay, your 10 LEDs, or if you're using a different model, whatever lighting kit you're using, connect it to power, power it up, and let it sit overnight to burn in. If it can make it overnight, odds are you've got 10 to 30,000 hours left in that LED. If it doesn't make it overnight, you know for a fact, don't put this in my model, replace the bulb, burn that one in overnight by having it powered on, and if that's good, you're good. So, one of the big things with this Enterprise is, you know, once you're done with it, and it's lit, and it's beautiful, and it's glorious, and you're so proud of yourself, and then, boom, all of a sudden something goes out. A strip light for some windows, or the hull, or the neck, or the saucer, or whatever, the chiller grills, you know, whatever. You want to basically run every LED in the kit for 12 to 24 hours, solid, non-stop. You could turn it on and off once or twice during that period just to play with it. But if you do that, your odds are, for the rest of your existence, the amount of times this thing's going to be powered on, short of a lightning strike happening while you're turning it on, you'll be good. Because there's a lot of these people online who have the unfortunate story of, I finished my Enterprise and I lit it and everything was great, and then all of a sudden, the LED went out. So like, you want your photon torpedo light, burn it in overnight. Like hook it up to 3 volts. Here we go. Hold on. Here, let's do this right now. Like, this is a cheap, crappy Amazon bulb. And we'll take a negative here. And we'll take a positive here. Bend them out a little bit. Uh-oh. Oh, did I just burn this thing out? Interesting. See? That's what I'm talking about. Like, button cell battery. Oh, she's burnt. See? I overhandled it. And this is one of the cheap crappy batteries. Yeah, she's cooked. She's cooked. She won't turn on anymore. And if I take another 3-volt red out of the sacrificial box of Amazon batteries, she lights up. So, let's see what we get. There we go. Oh, she fried. Oh, she's pretty much done. Okay, this might be an amperage or a current situation. Yeah, she's done. I just fried it. I don't know. I got to learn my power supply here a bit, because yeah, that's not doing so good. Of course, supposed to short these, and I don't know. I'm playing with the amperages and voltages. Yeah, interesting. Oh, see, these reds say 2.1 volts. Let's turn that down a little bit. Oh, look, you can actually see the voltage in the button cell's so weak on current. It's probably what saved it. So let's try this. There we go. Okay, so that's good. 0.026 amps. So you would basically just let it sit there. I mean, with your fully resistored bulb, like the bulbs for the, photon torpedo launchers, they're going to have resistors on them that are resistors. A friend tell me they're more current limiting than voltage limiting. It's more current limiting. I'm no electrical engineer. I don't get it, but that's the thing. Like, let it burn in. Like, if I leave this all night and I come back in the morning and that's still lit, that's a good LED. That's simple. Okay, I don't want this to be an hour-and-a-half long episode. We'll be back with more progress. Eric up north, FU, BRB. Okay, we're going to go ahead and I think we're going to wrap part 4 here, because I don't want another hour-long episode. Yeah, we also, hey, look, we got our little flux capacitor going. Our belt gizmo from Ghostbusters going next to the flux. Little AC adapter and some Ooh, look at that. It's because I have ADHD, and this model is, whew, yeah, she takes it out of you. But we got our shuttle bay pretty much buttoned up there. Turbo shafts are in. This is quite the difficult thing to snap the lid onto, so we're not going to do that for the thing. But we've got our clear parts in here. Look at that. That looks cool. We frosted them with some matte clear on the back and some semi-gloss on the ceiling. And we got our little shuttles here. We got to decal them up, but they are painted in primer and then white primer on top of the gray primer, and then a little bit of TS45 pearl white from Tamiya. These, you're barely going to see them. I'm going to decal them up. I'm going to stick them in here before I put the roof on it. I'm not throwing all the other crap in here. I don't have the patience. You're barely going to see it. Not worth the trouble. Our saucer, I have not gotten lights in it yet because I'm still sanding and painting and sanding. Priming and sanding. Sanding and priming. Sanding and priming. I just sanded all these little guys. I'm not too worried about losing the sensor band lines or chewing them up at all. I don't care. I'm going to probably use, I think HJ Model Works has some sensor band decals that we can use for that. And at this point, you know, my seeking perfection with this particular model kit is I'm going to be seeking good enough. But the thing is, you know, the finish we have on here is, I mean, look at that. It's like silk. I've seen a lot of builds where they have a lot of pimples in the paint. Oh, wait. Like, right there. Oh, that was just a dust spot. See? Like silky smooth. That's what we want. We want that silky smooth finish. We don't want any gouges or scratches anywhere. Okay? Like, that is the hardest part, to get silky smooth with all the filling and everything. So, this could possibly do with there's a tiny little nick right. Oh, it's hard to see. Come on, focus. Okay, there's the itty bittiest little nick. I'm not sure if I need to worry about that. I'm gonna worry about it. You know me, OCD. But yeah, that's the finish we want. That nice silky matte finish. And then once we have that, we're just gonna gently go over it with 3000 grit to kind of polish it a bit. And yeah, that's where we're at. So not as much progress as I hoped to have made when I started the beginning of this video, which basically is every single episode of the build of this thing. We've got our new heavy-duty Hakko soldering station. We got our second new power supply. The first one sucked. So this one's considerably more user-friendly, and it's a little smaller. And it's black instead of white, because that's what the color Amazon could deliver overnight. Because if I have the option of getting something I like better but in 5 days, or getting something that's not what I want but what I want overnight, I'll go with the overnight option. I'm just that type of person. We've got toothbrushes out. This is a good tip. Always clean your sanding sticks. Can you see all the dust? This camera doesn't focus on dust, apparently. But you want to, you know, give them a clean with the free toothbrush you get from the dentist. Every time I get a free toothbrush from the dentist, it goes in our little travel basket for, like, taking places where it's sacrificial. Like, not when we go to, like, visit the in-laws. We'll take our real toothbrushes. Or, like, a nice resort. But if we're going to some, you know, I don't know, who knows where. But somewhere, well, we don't really go anywhere that's super sketchy, but I would just probably bring a regular toothbrush. There we go. Oh, boy. I am exhaustimacated from this thing. A little thing, you know, I used the UV clear resin to glue these down. I'm liking this UV clear resin for more than just... It's great. I mean, that's how we glued our bulbs down for the landing strip lights. So that's cool. Good stuff. That being said, I don't think I have many more updates. Yeah, that's pretty much I think that's pretty much it for this episode. I'm sorry we didn't get more whoo moments, but it just doesn't happen a lot with this model. It's going to be awesome when it's done. I'm going to be happy when this is over. But dear God, what a right pain in the ass this thing is to build. So yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on the dumbest modeling channel on all of YouTube, Pitstain Hobbies. Later, everybody.